I'm from the same place as trap music. This that first react music. They can't hold me back. I'm feeling good cause I'm black music. Can't nobody touch this. My flow, I can't rush this. Put them on silence when I'm talking. You should hush, bitch. I am from the heavy base. My bro called a heavy case. Got a couple.
Good evening and welcome back to another episode of Cigar Sundays Live, where we define, analyze, and examine words, sayings, and phrases used in American culture. And tonight we are smoking on the word reality. So grab your thinking caps and get ready to smoke on words with two big nerds, with myself, Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV, and the God, Ali Dawood L, and BK Soul Farm. And we are the Cigarden Panel. Peace, God. How you feeling?
Peace, God. I'm good, bro. How about you? What you dealing with?
You know, blessed and fortunate enough to see another Sunday.
No, that's right.
As always. And man, last week was very positive and productive. Got a lot of stuff done. It was hot. It was super hot though. It was super duper hot. So, you know, we just been trying to beat the heat, stay hydrated, and just, you know, keep pushing forward, keep doing what we got to do to make sure things go like we trying to make them go. That's all, family. How you been?
Nah, same, bro. Like, you know, I just been working down here, man. It's been hot down here, but the sprinklers still work, and I'm pulling that from the canal, and I got solar panels hooked up, so it don't cost me nothing.
Oh, man.
so,
That's beautiful.
So I got to keep everything wet, keep it green, so we can keep eating, and everything just keep on keeping on. That's why I talk about, right? Like the thing about self-sustainability is not about just, oh, look at me, I'm growing something. Like you really got to think through the whole process, right? And your what ifs coming to reality a lot interesting. Coming to reality a lot quicker than you might think. Because nature, especially you growing stuff, so you know it's all outside, and nature is real. So
Nature is definitely really real. Really real. Absolutely. That's always what we always striving for and love to hear. It's positivity, productivity, and that's going to bring some peace to our lives.
That's right.
So if y'all new to the show, make sure y'all just joining us. Make sure to like and share the video. It is a free way to support the channel. We really appreciate you. Also, we have links in the description. We have merchandise. We have books. We have staplers. We have it's back to school's happening. We got drip, you know, for the babies, the baby mamas, mamas, the wives, the husbands, grandma, granddaddy, pawpaw, mama, nana. Go ahead and get dipped and drip. We got that for y'all. Go ahead and check that out. We really appreciate it. That's a way that you can support the channel monetarily. And the like is always free. So we really appreciate that.
Word up.
Tonight we are smoking on the word reality, y'all. And what we do here is we define the word, the phrase, or the term, and we have three questions that we kind of shape around our word for the evening. So we're gonna go ahead and bring up our questions for this evening. Tonight we are smoking on the word reality. And our first question is our house question. What do you think of when you hear the word reality? Let us know in the comments section. We do respond to all the comments in the chat. And we might just drop the link if y'all want to pull up this evening, you know, and get in on the conversation face to face. Just remember, keep it keep it respectful so you don't get your feelings hurt. Our second question is, how does social media movies, music, religion, culture, and politics affects one's capacity to comprehend reality? That's going to be our second question of the evening. How does social media, movies, music, religion, culture, and politics affect one's capacity to comprehend reality? And then our third question of the evening will be, can reality exist independently of one's consciousness? Can reality exist independently of one's consciousness? So if y'all want to write them down or y'all want to take a picture of it, however you're feeling, as we go through, so you can get ready to, chop it up with us when we get to it. Go ahead and do that. And before we get into the definition of reality, which we use in Merriam-Webster dictionary to get our source, link also in the description, we are going to go ahead and answer our first question. What do you think of when you hear the word reality? And like we say, you can let us know in the chat. It is live. The God Ali Dawood L at BK Soul Farm. What do you think of when you hear the word reality, God?
Peace, God.
Peace,
So,
God.
ironically, the very first thing I think of when I hear reality is people are scared to death of it, right? Like folks are living in la la land for the most part. Um, what I think what reality is, which is why I say the whole la la land thing is anything that can be experienced with your five senses, like those things are 100% real to you, right? Anything that affects you in the right now or in the foreseeable future, right? Those things are real. Like that is your reality to deal with because they affect you. Um, that's what I think. I think, you know, I talk about La La Land because people are people we project. We what they say, the grass is green on the other side. Like we
What's that?
not everybody's covered in their neighbors, right? Everybody's looking at their neighbor's grass and like, how come they stuff is so nice and green, and I want mine to be just like that. And
Mhm.
they actually go out there and spend money and go as far as to paint their grass green to accomplish the look, right? Because the look is more important than the actual fertile soil,
Man, say what? Say what?
right?
Say what?
So
Say what? Say that one more time, God. The look
yeah,
is
the look.
more important than the fertile soil.
That's what I'm saying, La La Land, right? Because
Go ahead, God. I gotta write that down. Go ahead. You good? You cooking?
and I know this because my brother, he deals with landscaping, and he say people for whatever reason they got these big lawns, don't want to water them, they want to wait for the rain, and some people will go as far as to paint their lawn just to maintain the aesthetic, right? And I'm saying, like, install sprinklers, right? Like, dig a well. You know what I'm saying? Like, just you gotta water you just can't wait for it to rain.
Go out
Uh,
there in the evening
you
when it
know,
get cool enough, turn the hose on and do something, right?
nah, well, the hose. So what they say is, the hose runs up their water bill, and now they got to pay that high ass bill. So they wait for the rain, and that's why I say, like,
But that's
the
normal. That's an excuse to not do it. They don't really want it, right?
they not well, they don't really want it.
Yeah.
They say they want it because they got the big house with the big property with all the landscape, and they got the wow factor when they first pulled up. But now they got to maintain all of that,
All of that.
and that maintenance comes with a cost. And there's a few ways you can pay that cost. When we talking about watering grass right now, and you can either use your hose and pay your utility bill, or you can dig a well, right? Pay that upfront cost, right? And now you just, water your hose, water your lawn however you want to, right? You ain't got to pay for water no more.
Yeah, if you can dig a well in your neighborhood.
If you can dig a well, or what I'm saying, like there's things that you can
I've
think
been
about.
trying to do that though. I've been speaking of that. I've been trying to do that. Like, they even proposed that at the HOA, because in my community, before you turn the water bill on, the water bill is like $75 before you turn it on.
Yeah.
So like I may have, like for real, got like sidebar, like not to cut your knowledge, but like I may have a $82 water bill because I only use $6 worth of water. Everything else, but the bill's still $82, and everything else is $75 before you even turn it on.
Yeah, that's sewage and everything else to pick up the trash and all that crap, right? Yeah.
No trash. No trash.
It's just the sewage.
That's agua.
Yeah.
Total. That's it. Nada más. Just agua. That's it. It's just the water, God. Yeah, and trash is separate. That's why I go to the dump. Because I'd be like, man, I'm not paying $75 for water and then paying $100-some a month for, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's dumb. That's dumb as shit.
That do sound crazy.
Yeah, like, it's dumb. Like, it's a waste of money when I can just drive the shit up the street. Like,
correct.
See,
but look at you. Like, you solved your problem. Like here it is. It either collects on your property because you're too lazy to get rid of it because you're like, oh man, I can't. Kept cop of attitude. I can't. Why they just can't pick up my trash for free? I already spent all this money. Nah, you take your ass up to the dumpster and throw that shit away yourself.
It's simple. It's free.
It's simple and free.
And the drive is peaceful. If you don't get out the house much, it gives you something to do.
Yeah. All I was saying is just ways around your problems, right?
Yeah.
And painting your grass is also a way around your problem, right? Like
painted grass.
I mean, or painted turf. I'm not sure if it's grass at that point, right? Because it's just the dirt. It's bananas, bro.
That's crazy.
It's bananas.
That's crazy, but yeah.
But yeah, that's what I got on reality. I think is right now is what affects you, what will affect you in the foreseeable future. Not potentially, but will affect you. Right, like that's reality. The Trump say tariffs. That's a reality. I'm saying that shit will affect you.
It will.
Right? That shit will.
Yeah. I don't know how. I won't.
I don't, and it won't matter if you're a Democrat or a Republican, right?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're a racist, a racist, or an atheist, or a Christian, or a Muslim, or none of that. You pro-life, you pro-choice, you gender neutral.
White, don't matter.
You know what I'm saying? You black, brown, blue, yellow, red, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna pay.
Yeah.
You're gonna pay.
Because that's reality. It affects you no matter what.
Yeah.
Like the sun shining. Like that's reality. Like the sun shine no matter how you feel about it. Right. All you can do is
stay in the house.
or grab an umbrella. You know what I'm saying?
That's all you can do. You can try to hide, but it's still gonna be outside.
It's still outside.
You can try to hide, but the sun is still gonna be outside. Real shit. That's the reality of it. But yeah, if y'all just joining us, y'all, welcome to the show. We are smoking on the word reality tonight. And the God Ali Dawudel, the BK Soul Farm, was just going over our first question of what do you think of when you hear the word reality? And man, let us know in the chat. What do I think of when I hear the word reality? Oh man. First thing, it ain't about a salary. It's all about reality. I think that was MC Ren, like back in 89 maybe or something, or 90. I don't even know. I was probably too young. I was too young. I shouldn't have been. I ain't had no parental supervision. You know, I know you was somewhere trying to keep the bacon and eggs coming on the table with the and all that, but yeah, but reality now, when I think of reality, it's like very similar to what you said, what I'm dealing with right now. What's going on? What's the actual factual? You know, not what I think it is or what I think it's going to be or what it could possibly be. Is what I'm dealing with currently. What is my current situation? What is my health like? You know, the reality of it is, yeah, okay. Like you were saying, people want greener grass. But the thing I like the most was people want the grass to be green, but they don't want the soil to be rich. And when you said that, that's so prolific, because you can correlate that to so many, you can correlate that to so many different things. It doesn't have to just be actual the green grass or the fertile soil. It can be examined like, okay, I want green grass, but I don't want a good relationship with my neighbors. I want my house to look nice. You know, I want people to think I got a good attitude, but I actually don't want to actually be that. You know, I don't want to embody that.
Looking ass motherfuckers.
You know what I'm saying? Looking ass niggas don't never hit the like button, but be looking and listening like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But you get that from that. And that is a reality, because it was so, you know, like on point, God, because I see more of that becoming reality than people actually realizing like what's really going on, like the factual stuff, like what's really in front of you. And it, you know, and that's what I see as when I think of reality, that's what I get from it. I get that. I get what's going on right now, what's really happening, what's in front of you. You know, that is the reality of the situation. That's really all I get from it. I can't get any of the other stuff, you know, because we're gonna get into it during the show. You know, with all these other things, we don't want to jump too fast forward to it. But
yeah, I know, right?
yeah, but it's definitely
I'm just hoping the definition lines up with what I said.
yeah, and that was what that's the word, you took the words out of my mouth for real, because that's what I was thinking, like, and that's if I even understand reality correctly. I have,
Correct.
you know, the way I'm using it, because that is my assumed meaning of it, of what, you know, of what it is in front of me, of what I'm dealing with actually and factually in front of me.
Yeah.
But who knows? Like, it's 2025 now, so according to Christian Science, the Christians won the war.
That is how that go, right?
And that is exactly how. That's the reality of it. You know, I was having a conversation with my wife about time, and because I said reality. I said reality is the only thing. I was going to ask this question. We don't have it, but I was going to ask this question, and I ran it by her too. I love my wife. Shout out to my wife, because she liked my little test subject on these questions. So I said reality is the only thing that's guaranteed. The only thing that's actually reality assuming I know the meaning of it or the definition of it. Only thing that's actual reality is that when you're born, you're gonna die. That's the only thing that's like that's real. So then she hit me with some other stuff, and she was like, well, what about the sun shining? Right? And I was like, okay. And then I said, well, hold up. In Alaska, they got 6 months of nighttime and 6 months of daylight. Because I was stationed in Alaska. I actually experienced it. But then she was like, but the sun is still shining somewhere else.
100%.
Right? I was like, yeah, you stop. And then and then she said, well, what about time? I said, I don't know about time because, in certain cultures like Jehovah's Witness, they don't celebrate birthdays. So I didn't get it. I was just respecting it, just coming into the understanding of it.
Time is tricky.
Right. And then I was like, but Prince said he didn't celebrate birthdays, and I'm not sure of his religious affiliation. But I said
Jehovah's Witness, I believe.
He might have been Jehovah's Witness, Prince was.
I think so.
But that would be because how I've learned that
that's what I think. I think Prince was a Jehovah's Witness.
Okay, so I didn't even tie them two together, but I learned from some of my wife's family, my new family, who are Jehovah's Witness, that they don't celebrate birthdays because we was trying to celebrate something. We was trying to hook something up. They was like, remember, we don't do birthdays. And then I asked my wife, like, why they don't do birthdays? She's like, they Jehovah's Witness. I was like, Jehovah's Witness don't say something. I'm like, okay, all right. Well, we party for another reason, whatever they got. And the only other person that it resonated with was hearing Prince say that. So I said, well, spiritually, I like that. I said, I never thought about it. But one, I don't like surprises. Like, I'm not a surprise party person. I'm not going to ruin it for everybody else, but
I'm not going to like it.
Yeah, but I'm not going to like it But
I'm going to be there.
Yeah, I'm going to smile, I'm going to hug, enjoy the party and everything. But I'm not going later on, I'm going to be like, why you do and then it's too late to really be upset. So like you already did it. It's just like
them hugs are real anyway.
Yeah. So
them kisses are real anyway. So
all that's real. All that love is real because they did it for you.
Yeah.
So it's always appreciated. But I said, you know what? Spiritually, I may come into that. I may start doing that and just saying, you know what? I don't want to celebrate birthdays either. Not on a grand scale, on a large scale. Maybe something quaint, but and just nice. But I don't want to do that either because it feels like you're older. That's what that whole and that's what they was getting at. They was like, you're acknowledging the fact that you're getting older. And at some point in time, I said, oh yeah, that's like women, because they don't want to be celebrating their birthdays. Like after they get to a certain age, they don't want to be telling nobody how old they is and stuff like that. They don't want to have no big ass parties and be like,
way too many candles.
Yeah, like. So I said, that's kind of like how that is. I said, okay. I said, but I might adopt that. I might think about adopting that moving forward. Just because of the idea of saying, you know what, I'm gonna stop counting my age in years.
That's convenient, God, because we around that time we about to start forgetting anyway.
Yeah.
Right? So you might as well just stop counting.
Yeah, and start just being like, you know what, I'm forever young.
Forever young. I'm gonna be
but I don't do young people shit though. That's the thing. Like.
And I've been mature my whole life, apparently.
You feel me?
Been responsible and accountable, right?
Absolutely.
I made my mistakes, but we human. That's what we're supposed to do. That's how we learn. But for the most part,
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, God. So yeah, y'all, we have been answering our first question this evening. What do you think of when you hear the word reality? Let us know what you all think in the comment section. We will respond to your comments. And right now, we are about to go ahead and define the word reality. So let's go ahead and bring up the definition of reality. And if you're just joining us, make sure to like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. It's a free way you can support the channel. We appreciate y'all. Also, links in the description for merch and everything else that we working with. Tonight, we are smoking on the word reality. And we have the definition here on the screen right now. Reality is a noun. And the first things it gives us is the quality or state of being real. To be real.
Got to be real. That's how I
Got
say
to be real. Okay.
first.
The quality or state of being real. Then we have 2A, a real event, entity, or state of affairs. We have 2A2, the totality of real things and events. The totality of real things and events. Then we have 2B, something that is neither derivative nor dependent, but exists necessarily.
God damn. No matter how you feel about the sun, it's
It's
gonna shine.
even when Alaska, even when nuh because in Alaska it's 6 months of nighttime and it's 6 months of daytime. With the sun still shining somewhere else, you sharp, baby.
That shit's still there.
3, television programming that features people, especially people who are not professional actors. Television program that features people, especially people who are not professional actors, dealing with real life situations or participating in contrived activities such as competitions. Okay.
When was the last time we had that? I think we only get that on TikTok.
Hell nah, you get this on Real Housewives.
Yeah, but those people are professional actors.
No, they not.
Man.
No, they not. Papoose and Remy Ma's professional actors. Jim Jones and that girl that was on there. Who else?
Yeah, bro. I think all them cats out
Lil
there,
Scrappy and whoever else was on
and
that show. Like I don't know all these people, but you know I can name a few of them. These people are not professional actors. Denzel is a professional actor. Robert De Niro is a professional actor. Will Smith is a professional actor.
I got
Michael B. Jordan is a professional actor. Who else? I mean, shit. Julia Roberts is a professional
you. That's true.
actor. You know, like Kevin Hart is a professional actor. You know,
Yeah.
like these people are those people are professional actors, and it's nothing against those people who were on the reality TV shows, but Young Jock is not a professional actor. You
Yeah,
know,
I just be assuming. See, it be my ignorance and my assumption that think that the industry, those industry people, be it like the rappers and the other musicians or whatever, part of the industry is acting classes, right? That's just what I be thinking. So I think everybody lying and everybody just putting on a face, and they get trained to do that shit. So when I see that, I didn't think Denzel. I thought somebody took a few classes to know how to do that publicity stuff and know how to act in front of a camera, um, and I didn't think none of that stuff was real. I don't think none of that stuff on those shows are real. So I don't know.
it's scripted.
Yeah, it's all so
It's that's why it says contrived activities such as competition. What are they competing for? The most attention on the show. Who can be the most ratchet? Who could be the most stupid? Who could have the most drama? That's what they're competing for.
oh man,
Because
bro.
that translates into people doing what? Following their other stuff outside of those shows. That's what it translates to. Because if you keep up with them on the show, if you have absolutely nothing going on in your life to where so-called reality TV, which is scripted, okay. That girl Jocelyn, you think she a professional actor? Fuck out of here. Frankie J, Stevie J, whatever his name is. You think he a professional actor? Come
Man,
on.
I'm a Real World like season 2. I think that was like the last time I watched one of those joints.
I never watched that shit ever. I can't tell you one episode. Like I just know the people's name because I be online and you know what I'm saying, and be checking certain things out. But like
every time I see those kind of
not
things,
one episode.
I be thinking those people are putting on a show though. I don't ever be thinking it's real. Like even like the Jocelyn and the Stevie J's and Mr. Lick Your Lips and like I'm a pimp
Who
at
the fuck
all
is
times.
that? Who is that? Who is Mr. Look? Oh, that's the
Stevie J.
okay.
Right. Yeah. Like, and I seen him because he was talking crap about he taught Eve how to bathe, and I'm like, man, this dirtbag, bro. Like this dude, you get on TV to tell somebody you taught somebody how to bathe, like a woman, like a black woman, son. Come on, we ain't get out of here, son.
Yeah, I don't have time to be dealing with
Yeah,
that.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
But
Like
I got your point though.
yeah, so those are not real actors. Those are not. And let me say this:
they're not professional. They're not professional.
They're not professional actors.
And that's the word, professional. Yeah.
Yeah, Halle Berry. Shout out to all them. Malcolm Jamal Warner, rest in peace. He was a professional actor. Theo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, I'm going to go get me a new Gordon Gartrell tomorrow, baby. They talking about they don't even know nothing about that young person. For real. Get your Gordon Gartrell game up.
That's
great. The quality or state of being real. Let's take it back to the top, y'all. We're going over these definitions. The quality or state of being real. What's going on with that one? The quality or state of being real. Man. And they don't even give you any example underneath of it. It's just flat. It's just straight to it. Either you're real or you fake.
If you start stuttering, you lying and it's not real. If you start pretending like you don't know, you lying and it's not real because you know what's real.
Because you know what's real.
Like you know what's real. It don't even need a sentence below it to explain it further.
Nothing. Because if you lying, then you know you telling a lie. That's why I said, like, criminals know when they commit crime. Liars know when they lying. That's why I said when we was talking offline, I was like, and the folks called me asking me if I was talking about, I'm like, so am I lying on you or am I telling the truth? Which one are you pissed off about? Because I ain't say your name. So are you mad at me for the quality or state of being real? I'm just talking about the situation. If you want to discuss the situation, then now let's do that and say, hey, I heard what you said because I was watching the show. I'm going to say, did you hit the like button, Negro?
Did you share it? Did you tell a friend to tell a
friend? You know what I'm saying? Did you do something? Or is you just here still being selfish on why you talking about me? Oh, well, if that's what you want, then why should I even bother to have a conversation with you then?
Yeah, nah.
Because that ain't real. Oh, I'm going to go back and hit the like button. You was so in your feelings then because you was getting so-called getting talked about. How you know? I got more than one cousin.
So ironically,
more than one cousin.
Ironically, based on what you just got finished saying about how it not being real, 2A or 2A uh makes his dream become a reality. Like you having a conversation makes it become real. It validates his emotions and his reality.
Oh yeah, now you know what I'm saying. I told him, yeah, I was talking about you, but I ain't say your name.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, because I be keeping it real. Like, yeah, that was directed to you since you asked, since you had the fortitude, the confidence to come and confront me and ask me and wanted to have a conversation. I respect conversations. You know, I value them because
100%.
you know what I'm saying? Because if you want to talk about it, then let's talk about it and let's have some resolve. And that's what we did. We said we love each other when we got off the phone and kept it pushing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that's it. And I listened to they side. They listened to my side where I came from. I've been standing on what I've been standing on since day one.
It'd be different if you was lying.
And it'll be different if I was lying.
It'd
And
be
that's
hard. Yeah.
yeah, like if I'm lying on you, then that's different. But if I'm
Yeah.
telling the truth, that's probably really why you offended. You're really more hurt because you have to keep reliving your fucked upness. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just saying, you know what, I'm gonna go squash this shit because you know, like, well, whatever. Coward's gonna be a coward. They don't know how to be real. You know, it don't have no gender. It ain't no gender specific nothing to a coward.
Nope.
For real. It's either you're gonna be real or you're gonna be fake. Plain and simple. Either or you're gonna be snooty. like I'm too good to acknowledge my shortcomings. Well, that's why we not the same, because I'm not. I'm not too snooty to acknowledge my shortcomings. I'm not too arrogant, too cocky, too egotistical to acknowledge when I was wrong. You know, I just, you know, I keep it real. Since that's what we talking about. That's not my reality. My reality is hold yourself accountable for everything that you do. If I could break my arm patting myself on the back when I'm doing something good, then when I make a mistake, I need to hold myself accountable for that too. A real event, entity, or state of affairs. A real event, entity, or state of affairs. Okay. His dream became a reality. Now I like that. The only thing I don't really like about it is they didn't say that he did the work to make his dream become a reality. And that would have gave reality some action. They say it's a real event, so yeah,
That sound like work. That sound like a real event. Sound like some shit you got to do.
it does. But to some people, it just sounds like some shit you got to show up to. You know, you have to explain that. You and I look at it like, yeah, a real event. You know, because you might have had to do some stuff at that event. It don't say it was your event. It don't say it was, you know, paid, you got a ticket to go. It just says it's a real event.
Hell, the action of actually going there makes it real, and and purposeful. Like you actually left your house to go somewhere else to go do something.
To go and do it. Right. And but then they use this example. His dream became a reality. Well, his dream didn't come to reality without him doing some work, or
Correct.
her, or whoever.
Correct.
You know, it wasn't just, oh, some shit fell out the sky.
It's
Thank you, God.
It's a whole lot behind that became word.
Right.
A whole lot of stuff happened.
Right. And too bad became isn't that, explanatory. It's real short and right to it. Like it
Yeah.
became. Oh, it became. How did it become?
It just happened.
It just happened. Two, the totality of real things and events. The totality of real things and events, trying to escape from reality. Now, the totality of real things and events and trying to escape from the reality. Does that seem contradictory?
But I think that's what they're saying, right? Like people, to me, that's my la la land, right? People trying to ignore what's happening around them and what's going on and all the things that's affecting them. And we can go out there and we're gonna still go buy Birkin bags, even though the ones from Delancey Street are the same, just the same, right?
Hold on, let me help you with that one, God. But the mortgages do.
But no, not but and the mortgages.
I'm gonna go get a bag.
Okay, I'm gonna go get. I can't get the knockoff because the
and then
knockoff's
I'm
the
gonna figure
knockoff,
out how to pay the mortgage.
and then I'm gonna figure out how to pay the mortgage,
instead
right?
of pay the mortgage and then save up to get the bag. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Correct, and
know.
that's and the reality is you got a whole mortgage, you got a whole light bill, a whole water bill, you got food that need to get purchased, you got gas and tolls that need to be bought, you got a whole job to go to, kids that need to go to school, a whole partner that needs to be tended to, and all this stuff. Like you got a whole lot to come with that thing, that one thing that you are about to figure out how to.
I'm gonna get the bag though. I'm gonna get the bag now.
I'm 100% getting this bag though.
The bag is happening today. Okay, but all of that other stuff I'll figure out. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're saying it's just a mortgage, and if I can just be late.
Yeah, a couple days. Nigga logic is
or
a
it's just the
terrible
rent.
thing.
The landlord can get their rent when I pay him.
Oh, the landlord can get their rent when you paying. Wow.
I don't get paid. I don't get paid to this day. So.
Oh, I can give him half now, and then I ain't worried about the levy.
No, I'm not gonna give him half now. I'm gonna give him it all when I get paid.
When I get it, so they'll get it when I get it.
They get it when I get it.
Oh shit.
and I'm not paying a late fee.
Yeah, I have never had the luxury to have that attitude in my life.
Never.
I have never had the luxury to have that attitude in my life.
Never.
Like even when I pay my water bill, like I just was talking shit about that water bill, but telling the truth, the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? But I even overpay on that.
Hell yeah.
I even overpaid. I get the water bill is $82. I'm paying $125.
Hey, $1 million worth of game, overpay on your utility bills.
Overpay on your utility bills. I always
if you overpay on your utility bills, you get a credit, right? Like if you get
when you move.
Yo, like all I be thinking about is stay in that mug until they turn them lights off, right? All right.
But I've done that, God, because I came back from a deployment one time and my lights was turned off because I ain't know how, I ain't know how to pay bills.
Yeah.
Like I left my home not knowing how to pay bills, not being taught how to pay bills. So when I had my first place, I was deployed and I had my place though, I got in there and everything, and I'm thinking I'm coming back home. It's going to be all good. And I walk up in there.
Your dream became reality.
And it's like, damn.
Wah, wah, wah.
Like what's going on? Like, and I'm like, well, I paid the deposit and shit, but I didn't pay the bill.
Correct.
So, I had left some stuff on and everything, like, just not paying attention.
Yeah.
And we was gone for I think we was gone for 60 days, 65, 70 days, 75-day deployment.
Mm-hmm.
When I came back, my shit was turned off. So ever since then, I have never underpaid. I have never just given them what's due. Never, not once. You
Nope.
know, and I have always made sure that I keep more than that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times,
That was my same reason too, actually, deployment.
yeah, like, you know,
That's
like we grew up, I grew up like that. Like I could remember, you know, just putting something on it. You know, I gotta go up here and put something on this, or go ahead, or you know, my mother send me somewhere to be like, here, pay, just get them this and tell them you're gonna give them the rest. You know, type situations. I remember us struggling like that, but it wasn't explained to me. I'm just doing what mommy said do.
mm-hmm.
You know, so then when I get older and I get in a situation myself, and it's like, damn, you know, fucking lights is turned off, bruh. What am I, you know, like, and that's your electric. So don't have heat and it's cold outside. You know, and then you need some oil in the thing too. Like, and
It's
you
a
don't
bad
even,
day.
it was like, man,
That's a
damn.
bad. But now you open it. Now you turn it on the oven, open up the door.
Yeah, yeah. We used
That,
to sleep by the oven for heat
you
for
know
real.
what I'm saying? Nah, I know.
You know. So like, so I was, and that's what's sad. Like I was okay with that. I was like, okay, well, the gas is still on. So I'm just gonna sleep by the oven. You know, like,
Mm-hmm.
and that's bad, right? Like you know what I'm saying? You're not even thinking, man, go back to the boat where it's warm at, fool. You know. You know, like even in my brain then it wasn't even like turn around and go back to the boat.
Yo, it's crazy when you was telling that just now. I was thinking about you as a kid because I was thinking about myself as a kid. But then you said, "Well, I just don't go back to the boat."
Right. Like I was traumatized, you know what I'm saying? Nah,
That was your reality though. Like your reality was like just tough it out,
yeah, like improvise, cause
improvise instead of just going
yeah,
back to the boat
yeah. Cause I
and
remember when we first moved
rectifying this
to
tomorrow.
Atlanta. When we first moved to Atlanta, we had a house,
Mm,
but it was tough. So, you know what I'm saying? Like getting in there, getting
mm,
in that house alone was tough, you know, but we had to tough it out for like about 3 or 4 weeks, you know what I'm saying? So we were sleeping by that oven for that heat
yeah.
up in there, you know. But yeah, we talking about reality. So 3, a television programming that features people, especially who are not professional actors, dealing with real. Oh no, hold up, we went over that one already
Mm.
early. Something that is neither derivative nor dependent, but exists necessarily. Reality B, something that is neither derivative nor dependent, but exists necessarily. So
Man,
something that is neither derivative nor dependent, but exists necessarily. That's a real thing.
the sun, bro. Like, what did the sun derive from? Somebody tell
Right. 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 Because we had that conversation too. She was like, well, children. I was like, nah, that's man-made.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was
like
like, we
somebody,
derived from somewhere. We all derived from somewhere.
what is the sun dependent on? Somebody tell me, right? It exists necessarily, though, right? It's a necessity
It's a necessity. And people
for
hide from it.
for all things in the solar system. The sun is the thing that provides energy, heat, whatever, life, whatever, to everything in the solar system.
Yeah. Life.
That's hella reality, son. And if you're allergic to the sun, like man, that's talking about a long day.
That's a long day. They scared to come outside. That's that rest in peace, Mo3. You know, because they scared to come outside. They don't want shine. They don't want the sunlight to shine on them. Scared they might get a little bit chocolate. That's what I always say. I always say that if I could change anything, I would have just asked God to make me blacker. That's it.
Yeah, bro.
Tar baby.
Hell yeah, we carbon people.
That's it. But you got to know me to know that though. Reality. We are in the thesaurus, looking at the synonyms of reality, as in case, existence, as in fact, and as in object. So, as in case, we have something that actually exists. Reality, something that actually exists. We got case, fact, phenomenon, actuality, materiality, certainty, occurrence, inevitability, event, circumstance, element, item, thing, particular. I think we were both talking about these guys when we was answering our first question of what do we think of when we hear the word reality.
Yeah.
And we used a lot of these similar words of inevitability and fact, certainty, what's actually going on, what's occurring, in front of us, whatever our current circumstances are, the thing that you're dealing with at that time,
Yep.
So that makes it real.
Because it actually exists.
Because it actually exists. And I think you said it's not what the possibilities are.
Yeah, not potential.
Yeah, not potential, not what it could be, but what it actually is.
Yeah.
Currently. Yeah.
Oh, I said, and what I'm hoping, what will happen in the foreseeable future, like something that will happen, right? Like
something that will happen.
Inevitability, right?
Inevitability, right?
Yeah.
So now we have existence. We have reality as an existence, the fact of being or of being real. Existence, actuality, substance. What's that guy?
Corporeality.
Corporeality.
Yeah.
Prevalence. Corporeality. Again.
So the first one is corp reality. This one is corporality.
Corporality. Okay, corporeality and corporality.
So I look at those words, I think about corporal punishment, and I think corporal punishment is like when they kill you, right? Or is that when they beat you?
I'm not doing that one. I don't know, God, because this ain't the fact of being real unless you really getting beat. I don't know. You know what? Let's go and check it out.
Yeah, right.
Let's see. Let's check it out right quick. Corporeality definition. Boom, bam. Corporeality's existence.
That's it.
That's it. That's all they're giving. And it as an existence. Okay. And then corporality. Let's see what they giving. The quality or state of being or having a body or a material or physical existence.
So that's the one where they beat you. The corporal punishment.
Because they beat your body.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm imagining why they call it that.
No, wow, because
No?
the quality or state of having a body or material or physical existence, that don't mean you getting beat.
No, I'm just talking about. But why would they call it corporal punishment if it ain't because they beating the body?
I don't know. We're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to do because that's guessing like shit to put.
Nah, I'm definitely putting my meaning on it.
Reality. They're gonna beat your body.
There we go.
Oh no, we're gonna have to do that word. Let's do corporal punishment next week. Corporal punishment. We dive deep into it, see what they got going on.
What the hell that shit be.
Because I think that they have removed corporal punishment. Haven't they removed that shit from some? I don't know. We'll learn about it.
Yeah.
But thingness, presence, activity, life, realness, animation, genuineness, and currency. That's funny.
Yeah,
That's funny right there.
currency.
Because currency absolutely eh, is not real. Okay. But when we talk about electricity, it's actually real. So if we talk about currency in relation to electricity,
And look at the sentence underneath the word, right? No one denies the reality of electricity, though few people understand it fully,
yeah,
right? So you really only see it in lightning is when you, I guess, you can see pure electricity, but besides that, you just see electricity being used.
no, right now, no, not no, yes.
Hmm.
However, right now, a lot of it, like we understand it fully. We are communicating through electricity right now.
Yeah, but I'm imagining understand meaning seeing it for the most part to be able to explain it to a baby, right? If I was to explain wireless capabilities to my 3-year-old granddaughter, I would struggle a little bit as far as making that real, right?
She got FaceTime. Hold on,
Yeah,
hold on, look, hold on, look.
yeah.
Look,
Nah,
if you got a phone, if you got a
I can,
phone, it's
yeah, but
electric.
yeah, but those are just using the tools and use and showing the capabilities of electricity and wireless capabilities, not necessarily giving her understanding of how it actually of what's happening, right?
I get
And
that. I mean, you got to open up a book and talk about current,
yeah,
and voltage and wattage and but I mean, like,
that's why I say currency was tricky, right? Because that's one of those
because
things.
guy and be like, oh, look at the lightning. That's electricity. Like, who taught us that?
And that's what I said, right? Like, and that's just what we can think that's electricity. That's just a bolt of lightning.
Yeah, like
And
who's yeah,
that's the closest I can imagine what electricity might look like if I ever.
yeah, like who taught us that? Who's to say that that is electricity?
You know
You
what I mean?
know, I mean, and no, and they aren't harnessing lightning. Are they harnessing lightning? You know, I'm not a science. I'm not that type of
I,
nerd. You
yeah,
know,
I'm not that kind of nerd either.
so so I wouldn't know, but like I haven't heard of anything like that. Because if that's the case, you know, there's all your electricity problem solved right there.
Yeah,
That's
nah, ain't that what lightning rods do? Like don't they collect the?
I have never seen a lightning rod.
Nah, but at the power plants, all
Except
those
for a
all.
superhero. Except for a superhero. I've never seen a lightning rod. And most of the
Shit.
time, people at the power plants do not want that shit to get shocked by lightning because it damages something.
Hmm.
You know,
So
lightning hit a tree, it split it.
how do they prevent getting struck by lightning
It
power
hit a
plant?
transformer, it blows it out.
Yeah, that's why I say currency's tricky. That's
But
yeah,
the electricity is real.
like it's 100%.
You know, some say it's electric. It's electric. Boogie, boogie, boogie.
Oogie, oogie.
You
Oogie.
know, so now we have reality as an effect, the quality of being actual, factual, truthful, authenticity, actuality, materiality, factuality, verity, and geniusness,
Genuineness.
genuineness,
Yeah.
genuineness. Okay. So we like that. The reality of the facts. What's the facts? I think we talked about that. We discussed that earlier. What's the facts? What's the truth? Truth. Is it authentic? You know?
I've never seen that word before. Irreality. As it was one of the antonyms. I'm looking at that.
Oh, irreality.
I ain't never seen that word before.
Nobody uses this in life, right? Your irreality ass. How would they even be used? Man, you acting real irreality right now. Oh, you a little irreality.
Yeah, I wouldn't even. I never heard that before.
Now they use shit like goofy and lame, and we use shit like corny and
Yeah,
lame and
dumb.
goofy
Yeah,
and clowns and dumb and stupid, and you know that's the words preferred.
but I think it would last longer if you hit somebody with like a irreality though.
Yeah, because
I
yeah,
think-
because especially well, I would say used to be, but like I'm gonna say it. Most of the time in the Black community, people are undereducated,
Mhm.
and there is this problem with when people use words that they don't have knowledge of, and then they say, "Oh, you using big words," or you know, that's their defense mechanism because they don't want to go learn a new word.
Correct.
They're comfortable with their limited vocabulary,
Correct.
and they get offended because you actually do have a vocabulary that you choose to use outside of goofy, clown, whatever. Like sometimes you want to throw in something like, "Oh yeah, you are irreality, you are ad hominem,"
Mhm.
you know. You might throw something in there and they just like, "What the fuck you call me?"
I'm in a yeah. See,
Yeah,
yeah. You one of them
yeah,
woke ones, you know what I'm saying? You old woke ass, right? That's what
you're right.
yeah.
Oh, he must be Muslim.
He must be Muslim.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Ah, I guess we can't do Christmas. No more pork.
like, what I'm saying? Like I can't just be somebody interested in some other shit more than who fucking who online, and
Correct.
you know what I'm saying, and some celebrity life who don't give a fuck about me, or some sports
Imagine,
shit. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that shit.
imagine you learn a new word.
Imagine I want to learn a word, and not even to use it against anybody maliciously. That's just the shit I'm on. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody trying to get you on my shit. We got a podcast. Tune in, hit the like button. You like something? Smoke something. You
Hell
know,
yeah.
leave that shit in the ashtray. You know, burn one. Now we got reality as an object, one that has a real and independent existence. Object, entity, substance, thing, something, being, individual, commodity, matter, individuality, body, existent, subject, material, integer,
Yeah.
quantity, stuff.
Stuff. Got stuff going on, man. That's real.
Got stuff going on. Say that all the time. You ain't got no stuff going on, then you probably minding other people's business and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You probably got your nose in some shit. You should just be
Mm-hmm.
minding your own business, but you don't got enough stuff going on. So you nosy.
And now you want to paint your dirt.
And now you want to paint your dirt. Because you don't want your soil to be fertile. you know.
That's horrible, God.
I mean, that's the reality. That's where we at. That's where we at. So if y'all just joining us, we are defining and examining and analyzing and smoking on the word reality. And we just went through the definition and the synonyms. And we have the quality or state of being real, a real event, entity, or state of affairs, the totality of real things and events, something that is neither derivative nor dependent but exists necessarily. And three, television program that features people, especially people who are not professional actors, i.e., real of anything, real housewives, real this, real
all
that,
all of those.
a love in something, uh, you know, dealing with real life situations, yes, or participating in contrived activities such as competitions, and having a full understanding of what contrived activities are is whoever gets the most likes. That's a competition. People be out here clout chasing, so
Got you.
if you can get more people to tune in because they want to see this person fight or this person fight or the drama gets juicy. Like I remember when all them commercials used to have everybody throwing drinks and shit on people. Like, damn, like
Yeah.
that's what they doing. They just on there just throwing drinks and shit at people.
Yeah, no thank you.
You know,
Yeah, commercials like that make me not.
everybody getting plastic surgery and $1,000 weaves and just to throw drinks and shit on each other. Like you got all that stuff and to fight.
Excuse me. Yeah.
To be fighting with each other. To be having sex with everybody. Oh, sleeping from this one, sleeping from that one, sleeping from this one, sleeping from that. Like, come on, fam. Moving on to our second question of the evening. We are smoking on the word reality. And if you're just joining us, go ahead and like or share and comment in the chat or down below. It's the freest thing you can do to support the channel, and we will appreciate y'all. Also, links in the description. Our second question of the evening is, how does social media, movies, music, religion, culture, and politics affect one's capacity to comprehend reality? How does social media, I know it's a loaded question, y'all, because it's all over the place. It's social media, it's movies, it's music, it's religion, it's culture, it's politics. Pardon me, but I mean, that's the thing that is shaping everyone's reality. So how does that affect our capacity to comprehend it?
Hey, leave it up there, God.
Okay.
I'm looking at this and it seems loaded and it might be to everybody else, but I guess the way we think it kind of just makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And the first thing I see on here is culture, right? Because culture is the very first thing that when we are born into this world, to your parents, how they raise you, how they teach you how to deal with the outside world, how they teach you how to survive the outside world when you are not in their presence is your foundation, right? Like, and that is your reality, right? That dictates your reality. That helps, guide you through the right now. And depending on the politics of the day and the politics of your parents, that affects your culture in a major way, right? Um, to the point to where uh, culture gets a little bit put to the side because now we live in this whole melting pot, and now we got to be more inclusive. And in being more inclusive, your particular culture may have to be sacrificed to allow for the inclusion of other people, right? So now you bringing in their understandings from their cultures into yours, into your reality, even if it doesn't change your whole even if you're not speaking a different language, you're now dealing with people in your surroundings that do speak another language, right? And and you may need to communicate with them, so that affects it. It's the same with religion, right? Like we see clearly, like wars have been going on just in the name of, whose land is this, right? The the Bible tell you of the stories of the two brothers in the womb, and they was two different nations when they was born, right? So that in itself comes with different politics, different cultures, um, and depending on how the story is being told to the consumer, shapes who they think is right, which nation they think is the right nation. Depending on what the goal is of the educator, should I say, the influencer.
The influence. Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
With the music and the movies, right? Like that's so I want to put those together in the sense that the movies, the motion pictures hit different when the sound is off, right? The entire TV show, movie, performance, the thing that you're looking at hits different when the sound is off, right? The scary movie does not be scary without the scary music, right? You do not jump when the face pop up if the music don't go da da, right? Because that's the signal, right? That's the like it's all scientifically, they do all that music theory crap, right? Um, so with those two things being connected, like for me, I'm to the point now where I kind of stay away from real people TV shows, real people movies and stuff like that. Um, Things that's dealing with real life scenarios and dealing with humans, right? I can take aliens, I can take monsters, werewolves and stuff, supernatural stuff, things that are not real, right? I want my TV and my movies to be fantasy. For me, I find that a lot of people when they watch these things and when they listen to this music, they put themselves into these characters, and they, for instance, with the reality TV shows, people start acting like those characters on those shows more so, right? So even if, for the sake of argument, the characters that we see on those shows are representation of people in our circles or in our own families, right? They are a minority, not the majority, right? Of most families that I've seen, right? Like I don't have a whole lot of ratchet um family that's where everybody's just ratchet. Like that's not, I got a bunch of people that can be ratchet. I got a lot of those. I got a lot of people that that will take it there if that's what you want. But for the most part, everybody just trying to chill and have a good time and go home and make more babies, right? But the music, we used to, back in the day in our age group, we used to have a lot of regional music, and in order for you to hear a different sound, right? If you wanted to hear down south music, for the most part, if you're being up north, you had to go below a certain uh geographical line to actually hear that on the radio, or buy that, buy the albums and stuff like that, right? But you actually had to go down south, you had to go out west, you had to go to DC if you wanted to hear go, like you had to go certain places to hear a certain thing, right? Because that's what that area or region produce. For me, I'm bringing in social media and stuff now, right? Social media allows for it takes the music thing and makes everything kind of like the music thing where in 1997 or 98 I'm driving home and I'm listening to Hot 97 or whatever and I hear the nine I hear Master P and I'm like what the hell is this,
Mhm.
right? and
Yeah.
and that it kind of it broke my heart not for nothing, right? Like to me on that day I remember driving from the ship, driving up north, right? I'm on a Jersey Turnpike, and I'm hearing this, and I'm like, what, like I'm used to hearing it down south. I'm used to hearing it in D.C., in Virginia, right? But like on New York radios, I'm listening to Master P on New York radio. Like that really, that
Listen there,
that,
yeah. Listen
that
there,
really
yeah.
that bothered me, son. Like, and this is why, right? Because like with social media, it makes it makes it too accessible to somebody who's unfamiliar and unknowledgeable of the realities of that environment or that area. So we start using slangs and start saying certain things and certain buzzwords and start dressing a certain way,
Mhm.
um, to where now certain cultures are now, we went from a time where there was no Bloods and Crips in New York, and then
Right.
all of a sudden they came and became a thing,
Mhm.
right? Like the music made that accessible, right? It made it because it went from a thing where it's like gangs was a West Coast thing, like that wasn't like a whole, you know what I mean? Like that wasn't a
Now
thing over
word in Chicago.
there.
In Chicago.
Yeah, right. But like for us, that wasn't like you had your crew or whatever, you had your clique, um, but it wasn't like that. But with social media, everybody can see all the gang signs. Everybody can see all the ratchet behavior and know um how to think about what who was these cats just came out, the Clips or whatever, just dropped a new album, and I'm listening to it, and it's, I got my take on it, but I'm listening to all the drug talk in it. And I'm like, that's cool for people that's actually selling drugs and actually cooking up drugs. They understand that conversation.
Is it though, God? Is
No,
it?
but I mean, those people understand and know what they're talking about. But when somebody like myself start listening to these lyrics, and now I start talking this tough and start singing this joint, and now I start sounding like I'm an actual drug dealer because of the music, and I start carrying myself because the music got me feeling like I can carry myself like that. And I went to the movies and I saw and I watched Snowfall and I watched all these shows and I know how to whip it up and do all this stuff because of the songs and the TV, and I can rewind it and I can practice my mannerisms and all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just everywhere. It just makes it too accessible. Um and it just what I wrote down, it makes us it affects our empathy, right? It makes us too empathetic. It takes away what's happening right in front of you and what affects you, and now something that's somewhere across the damn world somewhere because they got a lot of shares is now tugging on your heart, and now you feel like you got to do something about it. And you hear about the people that drive from other states to go join the protest and do all this stuff, like they don't know nothing about what's going on, but they seen it online and they just had to just come out here and just do something. And it's like, really? It's like, you don't know these people. You don't know what's going on. Like you don't know nothing. But protest is happening, and you want to be involved. You want it to be known that you are standing up against something, right? Because the internet said that this is bad. Like that's dangerous, right? So the question is, how does it affect the person's one's capacity to comprehend reality? Like, and now you got AI.
And now we got AI. Talk about it, God. You cooking?
Like they got AI music. They got like my thing for the music is crazy, right? It's because I know so many artists. I know so many creatives that actually think of a sound, can hear a sound, and hear how that sound go to another sound, and then they put that sound down, and then they produce real music, right? And now you got a AI tool that people that are not creatives, that are not artists, that are not musicians, but can type in, uh, "Give me a hot beat," and the AI say, "What do you think about this one?" And you be like, "Nah, I don't like that one. Give me another one." And the AI says, "Okay, well, how about this one?" Right? And now this person comes up with a beat and is like, "Okay, give me some lyrics. Make it sound like the Tupac voice. Oh, you know what? Let me make it sound like the Biggie voice. Make it sound like a Biggie mixed with a Tupac mixed with a John Legend, right?
I
I'm
mean, that
just
sound like a hit record.
because I just created a brand new artist.
Yeah, that
I
sound
just,
like a hit
that
record.
that 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 can that's rhyming and can sing, right? Like this is gonna be a crazy joint, right? A hit record. And I'm saying the fact that people are okay with with this is crazy, right? If I was a musician, I would never want to make music for people ever again. You know what I'm saying? I would only be outside strumming my guitar for myself. And I don't know, man. It'd be hard, bro. Like it's like social media got us in the headlock. The movies and the media got us in the headlock. That movie Straw. I 100% didn't want to see it. That Taraji P Henson movie. Like apparently she goes into a bank and try to cash her check or something like that.
Mhm.
Um, the previews about that movie 100% made me say no, thank you. Right? I'm like, man, I do not. Everybody talking about, oh, everybody talking about, man, this movie will make you cry. I'm like, why y'all gonna go watch some shit that's gonna make you cry? Right? Like why would you do that? But that's what people doing, and they wanted to go do that. I'm like, man, I don't want to see another trauma filled movie about a black woman, and now the timeline was all about, see, another reason why black women not being supported, blah blah blah, all this crazy stuff. I'm like, man, there's no way I'm about to sit through this movie with this kind of energy. Right? My son watched the movie and he's like, yo, daddy, you saw the movie? I was like, nah. And he said, I saw it. So I said, "Yo, did it make you cry?" He was like, "No." He was like, I was like, "All right." He's like, he's like, "You want me to tell you about it?" I was like, "Yeah, tell me about it." He said, "You don't care about the spoilers?" He's like, "Nah." Yo, what my son told me was completely different than the trailers.
Okay.
Completely different than the narrative that I'm getting on social media about this movie. What my son told me actually makes me want to go watch the damn movie.
So what happened at the end though?
That lady was crazy.
I mean, did she get locked up?
I don't remember that part.
Okay.
I don't remember that part. But nobody was doing nothing to her. You know what I'm saying?
What you mean? Like nobody?
I don't even want to
She,
ruin it for you, guy. Like,
no,
understand?
I'm not gonna go watch it. So
Yeah,
you're
she
not
was.
ruining.
She was crazy, right? Like,
Okay, so
like,
it
like.
wasn't, but
She,
I'm asking about the oppression part of the thing
none of
that
that.
drove her to go into.
None of that was real, bro. All that was like she lost her baby, or she lost her kid. Like, she was having a mental. Like, she was like 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 she was having conversations that never happened,
Okay,
right? Like she was having, like, somebody would actually call and it'd be like a debt collector, and what she's hearing is, oh snap, I gotta go pick my kid up from school, kind of thing. And she pull up to the school and they're like, what you doing here? But the previews is like oppression. That the previews was, like I
a
said,
black a black woman in the struggle. A
the,
man done left her,
a
and
man done did it again.
and and she can't keep, and she's struggling to pay her bills, so she just says, I've had enough and I'm gonna go. And
Yeah, right.
yeah,
Like
I get it.
all they had to do was cash a check. Why they always fucking with us? Like it was all this loud talking. I'm like, man,
Yeah,
ain't nobody said what my son said though.
yeah.
Like why everybody kept up the same narrative of a black woman scorned when it's not really that for real.
But you know what? Sometimes when the picture gets painted, everybody looks at the picture how it was how it was sold to be painted, like step right up and take the ride of your life. And then people get on it and be like, oh yeah, this was the ride of my life.
This
Wow.
was the ride of my
You
life.
know what I'm saying? It's very rare that a person to get up and be like, that roller coaster was the shit. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been on way worse roller coasters than that.
Correct.
You know, but because somebody fed them that narrative,
The narrative.
that's all they ate. That was enough to fill them up. And then
And oh God, that person fed them narrative. That person said it out loud to a bunch of people, right? Promoting this thing. So now if you come off this thing talking about, man, that ride wasn't crap. Now you look like you got a whole bunch of people down that could potentially go against you because everybody is eating up this narrative. Everybody's still
right,
standing. Everybody's still standing in this line. And it's
yeah,
like, oh yeah, boo, you
right,
corny. You ain't nobody. Like, who are you to tell me that this ride ain't the best ride of my life?
right.
You don't know my life.
Right. When five other people done got off and they already drank the Kool-Aid,
Already drank the Kool-Aid.
you know,
And we've been standing in this line for an hour.
and for you, see, and that's why experiences are different, you know, because you may have already been on a roller coaster where you almost pissed your pants. You know what I'm saying?
If that's what you into.
If that's what you, yeah, I don't ride roller coasters, but no, we got our boots on the ground, you know. But if but people do that though, like that is a common practice, God, where a person will paint a narrative and then go try to get other people on board, you
Yeah,
know, and then those people would just buy into the bullshit, won't
yeah.
even question why. Why is it the best? Why is this the greatest ride in the world? Or why did that happen? You know, and they'll drink that Kool-Aid and they won't even come and ask the roller coaster person. They won't even come ask the roller coaster like person who's saying it, like, why are you saying that? Why did you say that? Why are you saying that? You
Yeah,
know?
because it's because they don't really want the answer for real, right? And they again they don't want to stand out and be different. They want to live in la la land. Like,
They want to follow the crowd.
they want to follow the crowd, right? And it's social media is dangerous, bro. Like it's 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 it has its purposes business wise and stuff like that. Like that's cool, but like personally, like it's tough, man. Like like people be getting mad, like oh you ain't like my picture, or you didn't tag me, like it's so. I guess it is real because I always said it's not real. I always thought it was fake, but everybody agrees that it's real, and people get murdered. They put out their addies and stuff like that, and so yeah, it's dangerous, bro.
Shout out to Josephus pulling up tonight.
Peace, Josephus.
Josephus said reality had a solid definition to me until 2019. Then shit just got weird and reality itself was questioned. Then in 2023, I suffered a loss that made me question everything, both past and present. You know,
Yeah, bro. That's what I said, man. Like what affects you is real, right? The shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Like
do
that's
YouTube things, like, share, and subscribe. That's right.
that's right.
That's right. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Like it is the freest thing to do on YouTube. You know, we ain't begging for no cash apps over here. That's the reality. You know, we not against people who do it. That's your bit. That's your thing if you do it. But we just don't do that. So we could say
Yo,
we don't do it. Whoever think we hating on them because we say we don't beg for cash apps, that's just my articulation of it. We not begging, you know. We are
Yep.
asking you though, if you pulled up, hit the like button. It's free. That's it. That's the reality. But what you that's where you at with it, God? On
Yeah,
the
I'm looking at Joseph's comment, and that's why this is important, right? Because he said he had a solid definition, and then he said he had to then it got weird, and then he had to question it, right? I think that's what we're supposed to be doing in the first place, right? And we scared to do that part, right? And I think if we're always questioning, what's important, what's real, like what do I need to do, then it won't get weird because you're always paying attention, like you're always looking out for dangers and how to stay safe,
mm-hmm.
right? But if we get lulled into the fantasy of happily ever after, and I've made it, I've gone to school, I've gotten the good grades, I've gotten the job, I've gotten the career, I've gotten the family, I've made it, and then your spouse cheats on you, and it's like, whoa, but I've made it though. And now you gotta rethink reality itself, right? And it's like, yeah, at some point you stop thinking about it because why your spouse got so much time on their hand to where they can do that.
That sounds very similar to getting caught on the on the camera at the game when you're
You
supposed
know what I'm
to
saying?
regulate on the kiss cam. Getting
Man,
on the kiss
I,
cam.
oh man, I'm anti. Yeah, that's so bad.
Getting caught on the kiss cam. Don't get caught on the kiss cam.
Oh hell no.
That's a reality that
Oh shit.
man,
That was
that's
crazy.
that's a cold one right there.
That was cold, guy.
A
That was.
cold one, you know. But I mean, hey, you never know. Like their time was up. His time was up. His
Yeah.
time was up because he didn't know he was going to be on the kiss cam.
Nah.
I mean, how many times you go?
And
I've been to public sports events and hope that they slide and I'm sitting in the area that's, I'm sitting pretty close to the action. I'm a little bougie when it comes to going to sports events. Like if I can't go and sit where I like to sit at, I don't go. I don't do nosebleed, nothing.
but if you was doing dirt, you wouldn't hope for that camera to slide your way. Like if you was doing
I'm
dirt,
at the game. I don't do no dirt. I ain't
I'm
doing no
talking
dirt.
about I'm talking about dirt, period. Like any kind of dirt. Like you wouldn't want the spot. Like I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Like that was
Yeah.
I'm
So
I'm pro I'm pro minding my business, right? So I don't like the kiss cams and all that stuff anyway, right?
but see, that's what I'm talking about. The kiss cams always go
I-
at the higher level. They don't never those
mm,
cams don't never be like down on the front row. Like if you on the
ah,
front 7, 10 rows,
mm,
you're gonna be on the camera because that's where the action if you on them first 5 rows, right? So you're
mm.
gonna be right there. But the kiss cam is like up in the top, scanning the crowd for people who booed up and hugged up, who not really planning on focusing on the event, the sports event,
Oh, got it. That makes
So
sense.
yeah, so it's like, if you go into the game
Watch
and
the game.
watch the game. Like don't be sitting up there all getting your feels on and everything
Watch the
because
game.
you won't get caught. So who knows how many
Uh,
times they had been to the game and it was his time, you know.
yeah.
It was his time. It was her time too, because I heard she was married too or something. I ain't look at it. People cheat all day.
Hell
But
yeah.
you know.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so how does social media, movies, music, religion, culture, and politics affect one's capacity to comprehend reality? Let us know in the chat. The God Ali Dawu L at BK Soul Farm was just exchanging some really dope insights. And man, like I'm not even gonna go into it. I'm not even gonna give my take on it too in depth. I'm just gonna keep it real brief. Social media, movies, and music. Just that part right there. I know now that I'm older, because social media was introduced when I was way more mature. So I'm not influenced by the social media the way I would have been if, let's say, I was 30 years old or younger. Is that like the predominant group who's grown up on social media? 30 years old and younger.
Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah.
And because like they've had it since they were like, 15, 16.
Yeah.
But I didn't grow up on social media, so I don't take no cues from social media. It doesn't have that influence over me. Movies and music, though, man, most of my youth, that's where I had the movies and the music, and religion. The music, the music, the movies, and the religion. And once you got to a point where grandma and granddad didn't make you go to church no more, okay, where you could have your own thing to do and just not feel like going, and ain't nobody arguing with you no more to tell you get up, you going, or whatever. All right. Or you weren't at an adolescent stage where you just knew you was going anyway. You got up early, you knew you was going, you got up and did everything, cleaned up whatever your chores and carrying on was that you had to do for church, and helping grandma and granddaddy, whatever you got to go do. After that, after religion was not a thing, it was all music and movies. When we seen Boys in the Hood, when we seen Menace to Society.
Oh man.
I mean, Scarface, even for me, for my age, Scarface wasn't like a real
Oh man, for me, bro,
reality. Like, it wasn't one of them things that was like, okay, I want to emulate that. Because he got killed at the end. And he got killed, and he got killed because he crossed his friend. He crossed somebody that trusted him. And even when I was younger, like that's one thing that I always say, like anybody who say they don't fuck with me now that I grew up with, all right, or I was a friend for a long time, ask them what I did to them. Ask them what I did to them. And then ask them what they did. Okay? They won't have shit to say that I did to them. None of them. I ain't making myself no victim, but what I say is that if all I did was showed you love, okay, and then you did some sucker shit, but then you was too scared to come back around after you did your sucker shit, I ain't the person who did something to you. Now, if they can admit they shit that they did, that's fair. You know what I'm saying? But if they can't, then they still a sucker. That's why I ain't fucking with them.
And that's fair.
And I believe that's fair. That's my reality.
I co-sign that.
So the movies with Scarface, I seen him betray Sosa. Now, yeah, he was like, I ain't killing no kids and I ain't killing no women and all the children and all this other stuff. But it's like, bro, you in the game. And the first thing he told you, he said, don't ever fuck me, you fucking monkey. You know what I'm saying? Or don't ever try to fuck me, Tony. That's what he said. Don't ever try to fuck me, Tony. And I got you covered. So when he fucked his man over, you know, to me, that's always been some sucker shit.
Always been.
So you don't never, you know what I'm saying? Like you treat people right until they give you a reason to be like, fuck you. You know? But if you ain't treating people right out the gate, then don't expect for them to be, oh, I'm gonna treat you fucked up and then you could get cool with me. Like, nah, because now what that means is that I'm accepting your behavior of treating me fucked up. So that means that you would treat me fucked up again because I done already gave you a chance to treat me fucked up and was act like it ain't mean shit.
Like
Act like I'm okay with just getting fucked over. You know what I'm saying? So Scarface movie taught me that. So I never wanted to, you know what I'm saying? I never wanted that type of, I ain't with that type of relationship. He killed Manolo. But what another lesson that what Tony told Manolo, you could have all these women. Don't fuck with my little sister. Right? I have never had sex with any of my cousin's friends, my sister's friends, my brothers in the street, my Coast Guard brothers, any man that I met and considered him my brother, my fraternal brother. I have never, ever dated none of their family members. None of them.
Same.
Even my cousins, her girlfriends that like me. Oh, where your cousin Earl at? Where Earl at? Never. And I always tell them I don't. And I tell them straight like this. I do not fuck my sister friends. I do not fuck my cousin friends. That's some weak nigga shit. There's plenty of women out here. You can go and find you a good woman somewhere else. Like, you do not have to be trying to fuck on your sister friends. That's corny as shit. I never respected that. So
I don't have a sister, but yeah, I feel you though.
So that's why ain't none of my friends never holler at my sister, because I kill you like Tony. So I respected that. You know, even though that was his friend, Manolo was his friend, but I respected that because you know what type of shit y'all be doing. You know what type of women y'all be dealing with, what type of life y'all have. Nah, man, like, she ain't for that. No, I don't care if you did get married. I would have shot him too. So, Boys in the Hood, you know, yeah, we was trying to be on that. What else? Menace to Society, we was trying to be on that. You know, so like those type of movies, yeah, they influenced very heavily. You know, and then the music on top of it, I already know. That's why to me nowadays, I say that the music is so bad for reality. Because
it's all drill now.
You know, because all it is murder. I do drugs. I'm fucking your girl, this person's wife, and a whole bunch of fuckery. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no love in it. Ain't no love in it. Ain't no respect, no honor. You know, ain't no no spirituality in the shit. You know, but they call it demon time. That's what they on. So that's where the spirituality is, on evil.
No room for love on demon time.
Ain't no room for love, right?
Yo, and they on demon time for everything. You ever notice that?
I try to.
They on demon time for everything.
I be trying to, you know what I'm saying, stay the fuck out the way.
All the way out the way.
You know, for real. I be trying to stay the fuck out the way. I got more important shit to do. You know, I wasn't, like somebody say, we used to say back in the day, I wasn't supposed to get this. Oh, I wasn't supposed to see 18. Now I know me myself, I was doing shit. You know, I was stepping, I was sliding, and all that other foolishness. So I wasn't supposed to see 18. But that sounds stupid to me now because I'm almost 50 years old. So who am I to think what I wasn't supposed to do?
How dare you
insult God or the higher power like that? When truly there was another plan for me.
Clearly.
So that's why I'm always thankful. That's why I'm That's why I don't let social media, movies, music, religion, culture, or politics affect my capacity to comprehend my reality. I'm aware of this shit. I'm seeing what they're doing. I don't give a fuck about a Democrat or a Republican or a conservative or a liberal or independent or fuck all that shit. We here.
What's about to affect all of
like,
us?
like
What's about
we
to touch
here.
us, goddamn?
You know what I'm saying? When prices go up, that shit go up for liberals, Democrats,
Everybody.
LGBTQ, straight, whatever you want, whatever you consider yourself. Fuck your feelings. It's gonna cost more regardless.
Better start cutting coupons.
That is the reality of it. So why I need to lean heavy over this side or lean heavy over this side if that shit ain't helping me pay for my groceries? If that shit ain't helping me invest in what I need to invest in, if that shit ain't helping me build the generational wealth for real that I be on, then why the fuck I need to be a part of your thing? Why the fuck I need to go to this church and pay for my blessings when I keep getting them and I'm not giving you money now?
Correct.
I don't need that. You know, so that's all I got for that, God. You know what I'm saying? And we talk about how does it affect one's capacity to comprehend reality? You know, in those situations, being the opposite of myself, I see people being fully absorbed in social media, movies, music, religion, culture, and politics, you know, and it just constantly creating some type of chaotic lifestyle.
Yeah.
Struggling to have peace with things because everybody feeling like they got to be a part of this or they got to be accepted by this or they got to go with this or go with that. Like, what the fuck happened to originality? What the fuck happened to doing your own thing, having your own style, having your BK Soul Farm, having your DBCHEFTV? This is fruit on the wall.
Yeah, man.
That's chickens and bees back there.
Yeah, man.
You know, like life.
Yeah.
Life.
Yeah, we care about the soil though, right? So we tend to it, right? We add what needs to be added to make sure that things grow.
And that's all I be saying, man. These things be distractions. Social media, movies, religion, culture, politics, music.
Yeah, yeah,
It should be distractions.
yeah. Like I said, like culture, like 100% distraction, because once you leave the house and once you start going outside by yourself, once you start crossing the street, like, and you in the world, once you outside your parents' purview, you now subject to somebody else's culture,
All day.
and you gotta navigate that, and not even navigate it. You just gotta deal with that, and then go back home and do it again tomorrow, right? So that is yeah, it's all distractions, bro. Like, what do we need is real.
What do we need is real. What do we need is real. You know, and these things are affecting people's ability or capacity to comprehend reality between necessity and just, I want this. I want this. I don't like this. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? But you don't even have that many options though, and you don't like a whole lot of shit. And then what are you creating to increase your options?
You know, I chuckled just now because I thought about when I was a kid, um, my inability to not be able to say what I didn't like, right? And growing up, even to this day, I cannot eat cooked spinach. Like the leaves itself cooked, I can't do it. Like it's just I gotta get it pureed or something like that and turn it to like a barbecue sauce. But like when I was a kid, My mom's just the real deal. Make me sit at the table, bro. Like, you're gonna eat all the food on your plate. And I'm like, but I don't want to eat this spinach. She's like, you gonna sit at that table, you're not gonna leave that table. Man, I spent hours at the table, God. I said, putting one piece of spinach in my mouth at a time. Because I could not say I didn't like something, right? If it didn't kill me, like if I didn't have an allergic reaction to it, I had to eat it.
Yeah, you was eating that. We ain't wasting no food around here.
Right? I was at that table, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. The good old black family, baby. That's the good old black family. And if he don't want to eat it, if she don't want to eat it, don't make her eat it.
Like, what?
Fuck out of here.
I remember crying.
Fuck
Like,
out
I
of
don't
here.
wanna eat this.
Your ass to eat that shit through them tears.
Oh, man, bro. Like,
for real. You gonna eat that.
Like, my mom's had to see me like physically not be able to like have eggs in my mouth before she let me not eat eggs no more. Like, she had to see me damn near.
Trying to tell you. If your ass don't fall out from it, then you know what I'm saying? Like, you fall out, then okay, we got a whole different thing.
Got a whole different thing, but you just don't like it.
Your fall out ain't gonna be no tantrum and shit.
Nah, so they gotta be
you know, I need you to throw everything back up. When that go in, I need you to throw everything back up, and then I understand. Okay,
yeah, you can't even make the sound. They gotta come up. They gotta,
all this shit gotta come up. Because if it went down,
it gotta come up. Yeah.
Let me show you how to season it. Then it tastes better with ketchup.
No, that shit. Yo, you said that I don't like stuff. It threw me back to my childhood.
Trying to tell you, for real.
Like, I could not say that shit at all.
Man, it is a what you call a privilege. Nowadays, it is like a privilege to be able to like, I don't like something.
I think it went from privilege to like they feel like it's like a right, like they have these kids feel like they have the right to say that, right? And I mean, and
well,
I guess
more
they
people,
do.
But it's more people like us and who are a little bit older who felt like their parents were being too strict on them by requiring them to value the work ethic that they was putting in to provide the food on the plate. See, the misinterpretation, there was no explanation because black folks ain't talk. We from that generation don't talk.
That generation didn't talk. They just
you know, they threatened you with an ass whooping, and then after they couldn't threaten you with an ass whooping no more, then it wasn't no thing. Or you just outgrew the fact of listening to them. Because at some point in time, every child stops listening to the adult.
Yeah.
You know?
I think I'm more righter than them. They was my age a long time ago.
You start smelling you start smelling your own shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you be like, I know better than them. You know, only to really go through shit and be like, damn, I should have listened. You know, but that's why I always say hard head make a soft ass, because some people gotta put their foot in the fire and get burnt. They just have to.
Yep, those that don't listen will feel.
You know, my granddad used to say that all the time. And I took that, you know, I took heed to that, because I was just like, one day I asked him, I said, Granddad, what that mean? Hard head make a soft ass. You know, he said, you ain't got to do everything else that you see everybody else doing. That was enough.
You just don't.
That was enough right there. You ain't got to do everything that you see everybody else doing. And later, I still had to build on that, because somebody could say that ain't enough right there. That ain't enough explanation. But the first thing we do is observe, ain't it? First thing you have is observation. Oh, I seen you go do that. You go to the swing, somebody swinging real high. Oh, I could do that.
I can do that. Oh, you jumped off and hit the gate. Oh, I can do that.
Somebody do a backflip off the fence, off the gate.
What? I can do that.
Somebody put the seesaw up real high and jump off.
You do
right?
that? I can definitely do that.
You see it first. It's observation. You don't have to do everything you see somebody else doing.
My cousin broke his arm. We was at the park, and 100% we was out there. It was me, him, and his mans, and it just got finished raining, and for whatever reason, we decided to jump from the bench to the monkey bars, right? And his homeboy did it, and he was able to do it across, and my cousin did it and slipped and broke his damn arm, and I was like, no, thank you. like 100%. Like you ain't got to. Like you ain't had to do.
You ain't gotta do that. We not doing that shit. Then we gotta go home with your broke ass arm, and everybody gonna ask what happened. Why you ain't break your arm? I ain't do that dumb shit.
Shit.
I take his ass to the hospital and get a cast. Shit, I ain't gonna be doing that.
I was young and dumb. My big cousin, I was like he messed it up, but I was going to try. He told me to get my ass down.
There you go. Somebody's an elder with some sense.
Yeah, he's like, get your ass down, man. Yeah, nah, man.
An elder with some sense. An elder with some sense. That's always a good thing. That's always a good thing. So if y'all just joining us tonight, we are smoking on the word reality. And we just got finished answering our second question. How does social media, movies, music, religion, culture, and politics affect one's capacity to comprehend reality? Let us know in the comment section what you think about that. And we always respond to all of the comments. And before we get into our third question this evening, we are going to jump into this evening's Flavor Bombs.
Bombs presented to you by DBCHEFTV.
So we got a nice Flavor Bombs, y'all. We got rest in peace, Malcolm Jamal Warner, Theo. Y'all know about Theo, man. Don't act like Theo wasn't the trendsetter in the 80s, man, that every young black man ain't want to have a Gordon Gartrell shirt, didn't want to have a dad who was a doctor and a mom who was an attorney and be able to use the station wagon and, and then go to Hillman and, and have that lifestyle, man. Like, that's before they put the thug in the game, before they made the thug popular. Theo was that trendsetter. He was that guy.
He made it cool not to be a thug at all.
He made it cool not to be a thug.
He made way for Dwayne Wayne, who made it cool for folks to want to go to college.
Talk about it, God. So we're going to watch a little clip from him, send some shout-outs out and love to him and his family. And then we got also rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. All right, because Hulk Hogan had a lot of stuff that was controversial going on, but I don't really give a shit about that. Hulk Hogan, the Hulk, you know what I'm saying? Like when he came out, nobody was.
Yes, yo,
everybody wanted to be Hulk Hogan, man. When
he was a hero for a long time.
Hero, bro.
Like, yo, had he never ever got a reality TV show, I think he would have still been a hero.
I mean, maybe the black people. I think it's just only the black people who are biased. I think it's only the black community who are biased.
We wouldn't have known about none of that stuff.
But
like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm just like, I don't even care, man. That was Hulk Hogan, man. That was the Hulk.
I feel you, bro.
The Hulk is legendary. Rest in peace to him. I know when I was in Miami, I had a chance to kick it with his daughter. She cool. She not fake. She not one of them white girls who be trying to act black. You know what I'm saying? Like, she is a cool person. Rest in peace to Hulk Hogan. And my condolences, Brooke Hogan, to you and your family. You know what I mean? And we're gonna watch a little clip about the Hulk too. And then Trump is going after Beyonce, Oprah, and Al Sharpton.
That's what I was wondering. Like, did I read that right?
Yes. Some stuff with their performances and things that they did for the Democratic National Convention and her campaign. He said that, you know, that the money that they were paid was something with the money and stuff, you know.
Oh,
I
man.
think, you know, I think this is a reach. And one of the things that
That's great.
one of the things that like that I have with President Trump, one of the things that I dislike about his character is that he caters to shit like this.
Petty nation.
Yeah, like I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not a nobody supporter. I'm not with none of that shit. But him being the president of the United States, it's like, man, we got like 2-3 wars going on and shit.
You talking about Beyonce?
Right. Like, you know, we got inflation going on. We have a education problem in America that is horrible.
Yeah.
You know, we have we have so many internal things that need to be addressed. And then we have so many geopolitical things that need to be addressed as well. It's like, where the fuck do you find time to worry about some money that was paid to an actor or to an Oprah or to an Al Sharpton and Kamala lost?
So what
You
difference
know?
does it make?
So like what the fuck is the point? Like, it's done with. You know, all of the stuff that he had going on with the lawsuits and everything, once he won, he was able to exempt himself from, you know, to pardon himself from any conviction. So like, why you even, who gives a fuck about what money that the Democratic Party spent? They spent their money and they wasted it.
Correct.
It wasn't beneficial. So why is this news? Why is this something that is coming from the office of the president of the United States? You know, like, isn't there more important things that you could be focused on, bro?
We know for a fact there is.
Because we live in it.
We know for a fact.
Because we're living it.
There's a bunch of things you can be focused on.
So, you know, we're gonna examine that real quick. But we ain't gonna spend too much time on it, y'all.
Today, there are heartbreaking new details in the accidental drowning death of Malcolm Jamal Warner.
In the morning, Mr. Warner had surf lessons with his family.
I spoke with one of the lifeguards in Costa Rica. He reveals Malcolm's 8-year-old daughter was also rescued from the water.
There was a gentleman, I believe, from Nicaragua that was there with a practice surfboard and was able to get the daughter out. He put her on the surfboard and was able to kind of push her close enough to shore. She was okay. They found Mr. Warner pretty quickly. They could see a shadow on the bottom of the seafloor, pulled him up and put him on top of the surfboard and gave the 5 respirations. That was not successful. There were 2 other doctors that were there. They worked on Mr. Warner for at least 30 minutes, and then he was unfortunately pronounced dead.
And the other man who was in critical condition, how is he doing?
My understanding is that he's recovered and he's fine.
How does something like this happen so quickly?
Once you go under, it can happen within seconds. And as soon as you ingest water or you panic, that's when you sink.
That day, the remote public beach had only a few dozen surfers, so volunteer lifeguards patrolled other locations.
Would it have been a different outcome if there had been a lifeguard on duty that day?
100%. Having the personnel is what's critical. This would have been avoided.
If you could send a message to his wife right now, what would you say to her?
I'm extremely sorry for her loss. our loss. I wish we would have been there.
Today, Malcolm's body was released to his family to be flown back to the U.S. The Cosby Show alum was intensely private, never sharing his wife or daughter's names. But as we saw in our many interviews over the years, they were always on his mind.
We have a three-nager. She just turned 3, so she's an official three-nager. We are a nanny, we are a playmate, we are everything.
So you're tired. You're tired.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah. A production.
I hear you're like, she goes, Mommy!
Our daughter runs the house.
Yeah, that's very sad right there. Rest in peace to Theo.
Yeah, rest in power to the God, man.
Malcolm Jamal Warner, you know.
Yeah.
You know, what more can we say, man? But I will say this, being a member of the life-saving service, a sailor, a nautical, you know, a mariner, you have to be careful when you're going to the beach and you are trying to swim out there in the ocean. You have to be sure that you are a proficient enough swimmer to handle handle the current and the waves. And one thing that I will share with people is don't panic. If I can give you something, if you're not going to wear a life jacket, a PFD, when you're in the water, then don't panic if you're ever in a situation like that, and try to get on your back and just hold your breath. Try to get on your back, because that's going to allow you to float, and just hold your breath. You're going to take a deep breath and hold it in, fill up your lungs so that way you can float. If you don't know how to float on your back, go to a pool and learn how to do it. All right, because we live in this day and age where you might be in a flood zone and you never know if some shit come through, a big storm come through, and you have to do this out your house.
Correct.
You know, and when it's debris and stuff like that in the water, cars and logs and trees and mailboxes and all that type of shit, man, the thing that's going to give you a chance at saving your life is, 1, you not panicking, and 2, knowing how to stay on top of the water. You know, so rest in peace, Malcolm Jamal Warner. You will be missed. Theo Huxtable. It's sad, man.
Yep.
And love to his family and prayers.
Hogan's wife is speaking out about her sudden loss. A day after the WWE legend passed away at the age of 71, his wife, Sky Daly, whom he married in 2023, takes to her Instagram to share insight into his passing. Next to a photo of her kissing her husband, she writes, quote, "I wasn't ready for this, and my heart is in pieces." On July 24th, authorities confirmed to E! News that Hulk had died after responding to his Clearwater, Florida home over a cardiac arrest call. Shedding some light on the days prior to his death, Sky continues, quote, "He had been dealing with some health issues, but I truly believed he would overcome them. I had so much faith in his strength, I thought we still had more time. This loss is sudden and impossible to process. To the world, he was a legend, but to me, he was my Terry, the man I loved, my partner, my heart." Sky also praised her husband's passion for his fans, dubbed Hulkamaniacs from his heyday in the WWE. She writes, quote, "Hulk loved his fans so much, and despite his growing physical discomfort, he did everything he could to show up, sign autographs, take photos, and connect with the people who supported him through it all. You meant everything to him. Please keep his family and all of us who loved him in your prayers as we try to navigate this new reality." Hulk was previously married to Jennifer McDaniel from 2010 to 2022 and Linda Hogan for 26 years until their 2009 split. The former actress, who shares kids Brooke and Nick with the WWE Hall of Famer, shared a July 20th Instagram post 4 days prior to his death featuring a throwback photo of her and Hulk writing, quote, "The good old days."
Man, rest in peace to Hulk Hogan. Rest in peace to Hulk Hogan. We was the Hulkamaniacs.
Yeah.
You act like you wasn't a Hulkamaniac.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
He had us in the head like, yeah.
Come on. You know, he had everybody in the headlock. Come on. Everybody was a damn Hulkamaniac. Everybody wanted to be a Hulkamaniac. You know, I mean, the action figures, the moves. If you wrestled, you had family, you was wrestling with your cousins and stuff like that.
100% facts.
You know, it's like
100% facts. That's what I'm saying. He was a whole hero. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I guess reality TV for me made it like super real. Like, man, I don't ever want to meet my heroes for real. Because once you get to know them too much and they start doing more things outside of what you know them for, you're like, ew. It's like, come on, Hulk, stop talking, man. Go body slam somebody, man. Go jump off the top rope, man. Go do something. Hit somebody with a chair or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go pull your shirt. Go pull your
You know
shirt
what I'm
off.
saying?
Go practice pulling your shirt open.
Like, why you all this politics stuff, man? Leave this alone, man.
Yes, indeed. But rest in peace to Hulk, man.
Rest in peace to Hulk.
He is truly a sports icon, and
100% that.
And man, I appreciate you. I appreciate the childhood memories, for real. I appreciate the childhood memories. And shout out to his family, my condolences.
I don't know one person that wasn't a wrestling fan growing up, son. Like, I think just about everybody was WWF, well, WWE.
WWF.
WWF,
World Wrestling Federation.
Yeah.
Man, yeah. The Ultimate Warrior.
Coco
Beware, Junkyard Dog. Bret the Hitman Hart. Mr. Perfect. Ric Flair. Woo! Come on, baby. The Undertaker. Come on, man. $6 million man. Come on. Like, I mean, we could just go on. Like, who ain't have an elbow? Who ain't
Cobra clutching it up.
Come on, man. What? The camel clutch. That was the Iron Sheik. You sit on
the Iron Sheik. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. Like,
look, I'm gonna tell you real quick, God, about that because we on wrestling and it's so nostalgic and so fun. We had a friend in the neighborhood, Big Mace, Big Damon, and he was like the biggest kid out of all of us. He was really big, like big, fat, tall, too, right? Like he was big. All of us were like 8 and 9, but he looked like he was like 14 or 15. He was big, right?
Yeah.
And we used to wrestle on the side of the house where we'd get the mattresses people throw out, and we'd, turn them into a little like a little ring. So we was wrestling on them one day, and we had it in my yard, and my mom's window was right there by the kitchen, but little dining room by the kitchen. So we out there wrestling, and he let me get on his back. He let me get him. Like usually you couldn't get him down, right?
But he let you this.
But he let me get him down. God, I jumped on his back so quick, put him in that camel clutch. His big ass was squealing like all the other little kids, we all the same size. They like, yeah, because he used to fuck us up, So I was getting him back for all the fuck ups he got everybody. And my mom, Nana V, yelled out the window. She said, "Let him go."
Let him go.
I was like, shit, I ain't let this big ass go.
He let me get back.
He let me get. I'm like, hell no, she don't understand. She don't be outside with us, right? So then they like, your mom said let him go. Your mom said let him. I'm like, man, I ain't worried about that shit. I'll be off his big ass and be done took off before he catch me or she catch me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying it so much. I just feel a curtain rod, God. I said, get off of him. Bow. I'm like, ah.
And she came out defended this cat.
Came out the joint with the curtain rod. Fuck me. I was like, oh shit. Rolled over and look, and you know what he told me? He was like, I'm gonna fuck you up because your mom just came out.
Hell yeah. She saved your ass.
Shout out to Mace, man. Shout out to Big Mace. And Nana V, man. Nana V wasn't playing that shit. When she say stop, she meant stop. Yeah, but she sure enough though. But we used to play wrestling all the time. That used to be fun, you know. But that's when, cause she was worried about something really happening, because I was really putting that thing on him. Like, you know, I don't know if they be acting with the camel clutch, but I had them in that bitch though.
Yeah,
like,
they be acting.
Yeah, but I won't.
But nobody, none of us be acting. We
You
be
know what I'm saying?
fully engaged. Like
you
you
know,
be,
I had this chin right here good. I had that one good.
Yeah,
And you know, my hands was nowhere near as big as they is now, but I had I had the fat of his chin just gripping it, and he couldn't do nothing. He was like, oh man, I remember that shit. I remember that shit like it was yesterday. Cause he used to beat everybody up. Big with his big ass, man. But yeah, but that was fun though. Shout out to Hulk Hogan, man. Damn. The memory.
President Trump is calling for former Vice President Kamala Harris and the celebrities who endorsed her presidential candidacy to be prosecuted. The president claims the Democratic Party funneled millions of dollars to high-profile figures so that they'd support Harris in the last election cycle. He alleges that Beyonce, Oprah, and Al Sharpton all received millions of dollars illegally for their support. Right now, there's no evidence to support those claims. However, both Beyonce's and Oprah's production companies were paid for producing events for the Harris campaign.
Didn't both sides have entertainers?
But they didn't have to pay.
So, or the Republicans didn't pay them, is what they saying?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they didn't have to pay them.
Oh. That is kind of strange that they would have to get paid for something that they believe in. For me, it kind of makes me so if I see a Beyonce, a Oprah, or Al Sharpton, if I'm just a regular person, campaigning for somebody, I would think that these three people are upstanding for the most part. You know, they ain't never did nothing crazy to the public that we know of or whatever, right? You can say what you want about Sharpton or whatever, but National Action Network I like that network. It's a pretty good organization. But once I learned that Oprah was there endorsing it because she got paid, once I learned that Beyonce, the only reason why I'm here is because Beyonce was going to be here, got paid, I kind of feel like you kind of bought my vote, and like it wasn't real a little bit, right? Because I'm only over here because of the influencer that said, hey, come on over here. And if the influencer don't really believe in what they're talking about and they getting paid, I don't know, that sounds like coercion to me. Oh, it sound like politics to me. It don't sound illegal. It just sounds like politics, but I don't know.
Yeah, see, like I don't have a problem with it. I don't think that it was nothing wrong. I think that if you do that, right? So like let's say that it's us, right? And let's say we got, you know, imaginary world. We got this big following, you know, 5 million people follow us on Cigar Sundays, right? Subscribers, okay. And then somebody says, hey, we want to give you some money to come and just do your show in front of the audience. Did Beyonce sing? Didn't she sing?
I would imagine that's why.
Or did she do an appearance? Did she sing or something? I mean, like Meg Thee Stallion got paid to go do body yada yada yada.
Yeah, I would imagine Beyonce got paid to do the same thing.
Right. So I don't think Beyonce sang though.
Is there value in Beyonce not singing? Like I only know Beyonce's value
That's
is,
what
is
yes,
no, I'm
Beyonce, you better be careful, God, for the bees cover. You got bees, but these bees will come for you. Okay, the beehive do not be bullshitting.
nah,
No,
she a singer though. Like she don't do nothing else besides sing though, right?
but I think she gave a speech. I want to say she did give a speech. I'm not. Don't quote me on it because I don't
I
follow
don't know
that
if I would
shit.
want to listen to a Beyonce speech.
But that ain't for you.
I don't know if I want to.
It ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? It's for the ticket holders. You know?
Dang.
Yeah, it's for the ticket holders. It ain't for you. You know? Beehive go stingy. I know that's right. You know, shout out to Bubbling Brand. Appreciate you for pulling up. But yeah, like it's not for you, guys. It's not for me either. That's why we're unaware. That's why we cannot, you know, precisely say whether she gave a speech or she actually sang. I don't think she sang. I think Megan Thee Stallion sang because it was a whole lot of controversy about that.
I did see that.
And I think that Beyonce gave a speech. I think she went up there and just gave some words of encouragement. I don't even think that, I don't know what the speech was. So, but why not? Why can't she get paid to come speak? That's for her time. Yeah. And because she does have that influence. And Oprah too. You know how many old Black people follow Oprah? They don't give a shit what Oprah say, Oprah do. That's Oprah.
Now I'm wondering, are they limited to go to only one? Could they go? I wonder if it would be illegal or deemed unethical if Beyonce went to the DNC and then went to the Republican committee and performed over there as well.
When you have to realize this, guy.
They both paying.
Don't work like that, guy. Come on, you know better than this. Stop that shit. Cut that shit out.
I don't watch none of Beyonce shit.
Look, this don't have nothing to do with Beyonce. You asked a politic question. All right. Yeah, she did not sing. She gave a speech. I thought that's what it was. Appreciate that, Bubbling Brown. That's what I thought. So, so you have to remember this. In America, you have to pick a side.
Gotta pick.
So when you public with it, right, you have to stand firm on your side that you pick. If you behind the scenes, okay, like if you behind the scenes, then you are an American because you don't care who's in power, Democrat or Republican. It's how the money moving and what type of business you have. You know,
I get that with the speech. Like if giving a speech, now you're actually saying something. But if she was doing a performance, I don't know if you got to pick a side to do a performance. I think you're just doing.
No, because you do have to pick a side, because if I pay you to come over here and do the performance, that says, because the way the culture is, see, the music is saying pick a side. You know, that's why they have ops and shit now. You know, that's why conflict resolution is even worse than before, because people feel more comfortable feeling like you, the opposition, than actually having peace within their own community. That's why they'll fight each other. That's why they'll go shoot and slide on each other.
I'm pretty sure Beyonce got Republican and Democratic fans.
I'm pretty sure when Beyonce is singing, everybody buying tickets. It don't matter. You're going to go see Beyonce, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But,
like I don't.
but whoever would have offered the biggest bag, because Beyonce is still a businesswoman, she still is an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Then she might have slid over there, you know. So if they offered her the money, then she's going to go take the money. I got to give a speech. She probably like, I'm not even going to fucking write it. Somebody going to write it for me. Yeah. So like, shit, that's easy money.
ChatGPT, give me a speech for the RNC.
All I gotta do, fucking no, she ain't gotta do that shit. She'll have a professor. They have a Harvard, Yale, or somebody write that shit for Beyonce, and then they'll put it on the teleprompter, and she sharp enough to read the shit off the teleprompter.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, for a few mil.
Yeah.
You wouldn't? I would. Give me the meal. I wouldn't give a fuck if the whole Republic, anybody who's a conservative or Republican or
no, that's what I'm saying. I don't have
any type of problem with it, right?
I don't have a problem with none of this shit that's going on. Like I don't understand what Trump's problem is in the first place.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Because I'm thinking that both sides got celebrities, both sides got their influences coming to influence. Both sides are doing whatever they got to do to make their people comfortable or whatever, right? Because they got paid. Like, I don't know, like,
right. So why the fuck is the president worried about?
Worried
about. Look, and he always says this shit. I see this in these little Fox clips all the time when he's quoting some shit that happened with Kamala. How did that work out for you? You know what I'm saying? He keep punching down on the fact that she lost the race. Like he's still riding high on the fact that he won that. Okay. So I'm just like, why even care how they spent the money? Because drama loves to go tit for tat.
Yeah. Very few.
You know?
Yeah, that tit for tat shit is crazy, bro.
Drama loves to go tit for tat. You know? That's why I be like, man, just cut the head off the snake and don't worry about nothing else. And just leave that shit alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's more important things to worry about. That's what I'm like. It's more important things that's actually to worry about in America than, and politically wise, anybody, just because they didn't have to pay and people say, hey, I'll come do this for free. They had to spend money to do it. How do we know that Beyonce, Oprah, or Al Sharpton with the National Action Movement might not have been like, you know what? Because Al Sharpton cool with Trump.
Yeah.
They from New York. They both got daggone, they, you know what I'm saying? Like they know about some shit with each other. They've been dealing with each other for years. They about the same age and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we know that they weren't going to go over there and do what they did for the Democratic Party unless they came up off some paper? And they said, well, hey, if y'all want us to fuck with y'all, you know, to even show the look, like the appearance, we're gonna need that bread.
Gonna need that bread.
Because I guarantee you, Oprah is not a Democrat or a Republican.
Yeah.
Beyonce and Jay-Z is not Democrats or Republicans.
No.
And I'm willing to say Al Sharpton won't tell nobody in public. But he ain't a fucking Democrat either.
I agree.
Or Republican.
I agree.
Because when you get a certain level of information and knowledge and understanding of what's going on,
especially with that level of access,
exactly, and resources, it's only beneficial for you to be an American, a business person, and conduct yourself as such. Where if y'all need me to show up, then I need y'all to fucking pay me. So, you know, so I don't know,
straight like that.
Yeah, God, I don't know about that that thing they got going on, but you know, Trump, find yourself something more productive to do, please, POTUS, because
this ain't it.
That ain't it for sure.
You've just been Flavor Bomb, and now back to our show.
Yep, y'all. So we have been smoking on the word reality tonight, and if you just joining us, make sure to like and share the video. Also subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, so when we go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays live. Also, the like button and the subscribe is the freest thing that you can do to support the channel, and we really appreciate it when you do. Don't forget the links in the description, and we're gonna go ahead and get to our third question of the evening. Smoking on the word reality. Can reality exist independently of one's consciousness? Let us know what y'all think in the comment section. Can reality exist independently of one's consciousness? And if you don't even know what consciousness is, then I suggest that you please look it up. Please ask Siri, please ask Google, ask something. Use one
Meta.
Meta. Use the computer in your hand, you know, so that way you can be on board and be on the same level of where we at with this particular question. So it'll help you exchange your insights better. Can reality exist independently of one's consciousness? The guy Ali Dawu El at BK Soul Farm. What'd you say, God?
I said this is an easy one, because the definition says yes. Reality don't give a damn how you feel about it, how you think about it, what you think about it. If you conscious or unconscious, right? What's happening is happening irregardless, right?
Because it was now, right?
It was now. Right, like, yep, it was dark in Alaska those 6 months. That's a true statement. But it's also true that the sun was still shining. Right. And that's a 100% reality that just can't be denied. Like, it's this, the sun it never goes down. Right. The earth is spinning. So that's changing our perspective. Right. The sun is always up there. Right. So yeah, that to me, that question is answered in the definition. If it has no origin, or what's it, no derivative, or dependency.
No dependency, yeah.
No derivative, no dependency, but it is real. So yeah, I'm gonna say yeah.
Yeah, no derivative, no dependency, but exists necessarily. Man, can reality exist independently of one's consciousness? Well, I think if we take from something that is neither derivative nor dependent, but exists necessarily, if we stick with that one, then the quality of state and being real, I think it's very accurate to say yes. But when we look at television programming, it features people who are not professional actors dealing with real life situations, dealing in contrived activities such as competitions, guys. You know, I have to challenge it, because I'm like, you know, you might say, yeah, you know, your consciousness is, you know,
yeah, people are consciously watching that crap, right? So,
you know, but are they?
Are they conscious while watching it though, right? Like,
are they conscious while watching it? You know, because you know, they may not have the capacity to comprehend reality. And that's why I'm like, are they conscious? Because see, I think that the only reason why I'm able to discern, and what people would discern, people don't know what discern means, is figure out the difference, okay, or know the difference between the two, is because of my consciousness, my experiences too.
Yeah.
You know, but a young mind that is impressionable, that is still trying to figure out itself, still trying to figure out who they are, still trying to figure out who they want to be, figuring out how to like themselves, how to love themselves, what they need. Have they developed consciousness yet? Is their consciousness fully developed enough for them to understand it for themselves, to be able to discern, to have the capacity to comprehend that reality, to discern the difference between, like, okay, when we see these people on TV acting like this, is this real? I mean, I'm watching it, you know, but now do I take these cues and I try to, well, I'm gonna be like Frankie J or Stevie J, whatever the dude name is. I'm gonna be like that.
I'm gonna be like that.
You know?
And that's where we go wrong. As soon as we start having those thoughts of, I'm gonna be like that.
You know, I'm not gonna, and I'm not just gonna, I don't want Stevie J like to think I'm picking on him, but like, I'm gonna be like
any of those people.
Yeah, any of those people, Young Jock or whoever, whoever, Lil Scrappy, any of them guys, Jim Jones, any of those people who've been on there, and they had Ray J, toxic. They had a lot of toxic type of activity going on. Things that look unhealthy for, a productive, loving, nurturing, growing, relationship, long-term, respectful. A lot of stuff look disrespectful.
Yeah.
So so I don't know if it's just a yes. Does it exist independently? I don't know if it's just a yes. It's just separated, because now a person begins to soak that stuff up, and it becomes their reality, and now they accept that as their level of consciousness, because their actions are reflective of that. It's almost like you drinking the Kool-Aid, now you start believing that shit, because you can't tell if it's or you haven't been exposed to other examples of the opposite. It's like if I grow up and all I see is trauma, and I never see two older people holding hands and talk to them and be like, and I'm talking about like specifically like a relationship.
Yeah.
Like I see all the women in my family alone, old and alone. I see all the men in my family, they couldn't keep no wives, so they old and alone. I see a cousin with 6 baby mamas, like you growing up in that type of environment. So then now you realize why you're having problems in your relationship after relationship after relationship after relationship, and that's now your reality, but you're not conscious to the fact that, damn, I'm traumatized from watching all these people not heal from their stuff.
So I think that is more for a reason for yes, right? Because even though you're not conscious of the trauma of why you're doing it, you're still affected by it. Like reality is still kicking your ass.
Reality still kicking your ass.
Right? Like even though you're not dealing with it because you might not know better, that doesn't change the fact that water's still wet. Right? And if you don't get out those wet clothes, you might, catch pneumonia. Isn't that what they say?
That's true. Yeah. I was under the impression, like I was going like not to dispute it, but looking at like there's a yes and a no, because the no is like once you adopt it.
Yeah, and I was trying to follow the no. And
yeah,
I was
like now it's not independent. Now it consumes me. Because I've adopted, like you said, that reality is kicking your ass.
Mhm.
So it's not existing independently of my consciousness.
In that scenario, it's kind of like depressed people in that scenario, to where their thoughts is keeping keeping them in a state of depression or whatever, or high anxiety. And it makes it real. So yeah, anxiety, depression, yeah, yes, that's interesting. Nope, I still think it's yeah, because even when you anxious or having an
I
anxiety
think it's both. I think it's yes. I think you provided the perfect insight for yes.
Mhm.
And then I was just trying to land the plane on the no.
I'm trying to help you with the no too. I'm trying to understand it because
I'm looking at the duality in it, like yes. The general answer for can reality exist independently of one's consciousness? Yes. I'm saying that there's also a no to it, because they both coexist. They both become one. There is no independent reality once the consciousness accepts the reality and begins to act it out. So now it doesn't matter like where I get it from.
Yeah.
But because that is what I'm actively doing, at some point in time, I have to become conscious of this what I'm doing. Because I make a choice to say, you know what, I want to be like Stevie J, or I want to be like, you know, I want to be like Jocelyn, you know, or I want to wear my hair like this. I want to wear my clothes like this. I want to drive this car like he driving or like she drive, or I want to, you know, I want to the Hermes bag like we was talking about earlier. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to, because Beyonce got a Hermes bag, or because Cardi B talks about Hermes, or Nicki Minaj talk about, or whoever, then I need to have that type of bag. So, you know, and not focusing on your home front.
Correct.
The bag is more important than, you know, do I have investments going on? Do I have something that's going to keep me being able, or do I have a bag, but I'm broke inside the bag? My bag costs 20 grand, but inside the bag is figuring out how the fuck I'm going to pay for the next meal. So I'm like, the consciousness is now accepted that as reality, because that's what they doing. And in real life, you know, chick had a bag. Nothing in it.
It's a nice bag though.
Nice bag though. You look good. Girl, you look good with that bag. Yeah, she look good with her bag. You know what I'm saying?
Can't feed nobody with that mug.
Can't feed nobody with it.
Look good though.
You know, are you gonna be trying to go sell that bag later on because you realize that, you know,
damn, that'd be like a waste.
That it wasn't a wise choice. So
yeah, that means you don't put yourself in jeopardy, and now you're gonna sell it. Oh man.
Yeah. You know, but people think like that. That's their reality. You know, and that becomes their level of consciousness. That's what I was saying. Like, once it's adopted, then like, is it? It's like you start believing your own lie, or you start believing the lie, because the person didn't tell you, yeah, I went and made $3 million before I went and bought this bag. They just showing you the bag. Look at the bag I got. Look at the bag I got.
Look at the bag I got. You ain't looking at the $3 million at all. You don't even know about the $3 million.
None. They just said, I ran my money up and then I went and got a bag. But they're not thinking about the running the money up part. They just trying to go get the bag, you know, just using that as a reference.
Yeah.
That's all. That type of thinking. Yeah. So let us know in the comment section what y'all think. What y'all think about it. You know, can reality exist independently of one's consciousness? You know, it'd be nice to hear some feedback on what other people think, you know. Or even if you think it's a dumbass question, let us know. You know, be rude. Say that's a dumbass question, you know, but explain why it's dumb. You know, we like to hear that, you know, not just you point a finger and say blah, 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 you know, like explain yourself, because that's what we do on here. We break this stuff down, we analyze it, and, you know, and examine it. We exchange insights. So we've been smoking on the word reality, y'all. Our first question of the evening was, what do you think of when you hear the word reality? Let us know in the comment section. Our second question was, how does social media, movies, music, religion, culture, and politics affect one's capacity to comprehend reality? Also, let us know in the comment section what you think. And our last question, which we just got finished going over, was, can reality exist independently of one's consciousness? We would love to hear what you guys think. Let us know in the comment section below. And our final question of the evening, which we always ask the God Ali Dawuel at BK Soul Farm, is the word reality bad, good, or misunderstood, God?
Reality is definitely good. And I'm gonna say it's misunderstood, right? For the La La Land reasons that I mentioned. I think people living in La La Land think that they are in reality, right? And that makes it misunderstood. But it is a good word, but I'm going with more so misunderstood because people are in La La Land more so than making sure that all their bills are paid first and they got groceries and make sure their lights are gonna be still on and stuff like that. They get that bag first, figure everything else out second.
Definitely, God. So is reality bad, good, or misunderstood? Man, I love my realness. I love the realness that I got going on, you know. So I think it's good. But for me, but I am a little, I have a problem with it in the misunderstood part of it because it, like Josephus said, shout out to Josephus for pulling up tonight. He said that he had a solid definition. You know, I bring the comment back up. He had a solid definition. And then shit just got, you know, weird, and reality itself was questioned. You know, so I feel the same way. My feelings are mutual towards that. My experiences are mutual towards that too, more than just the experiences led to the feeling of it. You know, and that's where I think that we are at socially now. And that's the part that makes it so misunderstood, because everybody has their own version of what's real to them. You say that there's no universal good, and I think that there's also no universal real, you know, except for those two things that we talked about, like life is synonymous with death and the sun gonna shine regardless. Right? But outside of that, you know, those are two things that we don't know the makers of, that you can't ask the question to the makers of why. You just have to deal with it.
Yep.
So everything else is ideal. It's idea, is man-made.
In math, we call those givens, right?
What'd you say, God?
I said in math, we call those givens, the things that you just got to deal with. They ain't got no whys. It's just givens.
Right. So, you know, so understanding that, it's just like, you know, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? So I really wish that there was some type of universal or some standard of what real could be, because then it would, you know, then it would be more balanced. It wouldn't be like, well, that's your version, or that's what you think is real, or that's what, you know. I think it would be less
debatable.
Less debatable, and it would be more integrity.
Yeah.
As a race, as a human race, you know, amongst people. So, you know, the word reality, you know, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna go good, bad, and misunderstood. I'm gonna get that shit all three. You know, it was good at one point in time. You know, it's good in how you make it. But everyone isn't, you know, everyone isn't on the same frequency. Everyone isn't on the same level. Everybody don't appreciate or respect your good either.
All facts.
You know, so it makes it difficult to just give it one thing and then be like, all right, bam, that's its assignment, you know. but we would like for it to be good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we would like for it, but another fantastic conversation with the God Ali Dawood El, the BK Soul Farm, and myself, Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV, and we are the Cigarden Panel. We want to thank everybody for pulling up this evening, Bubbling Brown, Josephus, everybody out there who tuned in. Make sure to like and share the video, y'all. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Tune in each and every Sunday at 8 p.m. East Coast time, right here on Cigar Sundays Live. And make sure that y'all have a peaceful, positive, and productive start to your week. Tell somebody you love them. Peace, God.
Peace, God.
This whole publication is all about going from nowhere to somewhere, right? Being able to stand on something so that you can travel in peace, right? So bksoulfarm.com, 1016 160 self-sustainability. Jump on a list and get yourself together, right? Because it is irresponsible to not even know what responsibility means. So get yourself together, food, clothing, and shelter, protection of that, support your interests, and live.
Exchange insights Sundays at 8 p.m. East Coast time with the Cigarden Panel. Smoking on words like two big nerds. Hosted by DBCHEFTV and BK Soul Farm at Cigar Sundays on YouTube. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so when they go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live.
Sign up for the newsletter and shop merch and clothing at www.dbcheftv.com.